Being a pro isn't easy. It can take years of commitment, hard work, dedication, hours of training, media duties, travelling. Really, is it worth it? Well, it definitely is, but can it turn the dream into a bit of a nightmare? How hard do these guys actually train? Hey Ollie, thank you very much for joining us, mate.
Thanks Rich, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Now, Ollie, you're obviously Olympian, 3 Olympics you've done.
Yep, so I was cross-country racing, that was my thing.
Yeah.
Started mountain biking in a day when everyone did everything, but yeah, specialised in cross-country and 3 games. No medals, but I was on the start line.
It's the taking part that counts, but unbelievable achievement nonetheless. So obviously you have first-hand experience of just how hard it is to train like a pro. How many hours roughly were you putting in a week?
So real mixed bag, but it's all consuming at that level. You probably have a couple of months in the year where you had a bit of downtime.
Yeah.
But then most of the time you were flat out. A big week, training camp style week, 30 hours, plus all your other stretching and gym stuff and all that thing.
So 30 hours on the bike?
On the bike, yeah.
So 30 hours on the bike, and then on top of that, S&C and stretching and rehab.
Lot. Yeah, I mean, that would be, you'd be in Spain, road-style training camp. But then when you were back home, probably about a normal week back home, 20 hours.
Again,
a
on
mix
the bike.
of road, mountain bike, gym stuff and the like.
No
some
way.
Intensity, some off. But yeah, no, at that level, so about 9 months of the year, you're on. You know, you're not,
Okay, so now interestingly, obviously, we're going to see just how hard pros do train, and well, this turbo setup in the background is a sign of things to come, because you're going to put me through my paces.
So start point today, well, we need to find out, before we can get somewhere, you need to find out where you are. So start point, fitness testing. All right, so we're going to come in here today, we're going to do a ramped fitness test, which is VO2 max test as well.
Okay.
That will grade your fitness and put you into a kind of category of how fit you are.
Yeah.
We can find out where you're at and then also compare you to the pros as well. Right, so Rich is now just warming up for his fitness test, and the test we're doing today is basically a test of his cardiovascular fitness, so his heart, lungs, muscles, how he can process the oxygen. He's going to start, we're going to have a nice little warm-up, and you see here we've basically followed our Kudo coach profile. What we're going to do is follow this start profile here, a bit of warm-up, gets a little bit harder, so he does a little bit of effort. Then we're going to start this ramp here. So basically what we're doing is every minute, the load's going to increase a little bit. So obviously he's on a smart trainer, Wahoo smart trainer, and we're measuring the watts. Every minute we're just going to have a little jump, and Rich is just going to follow the steps, and he's going to go till he blows. All right? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
At that point, we'll get his VO2 max, his max heart rate, and his max power. And from the back of that, we can find out what you call a threshold power. So that's where Rich goes from being working efficiently to working inefficiently. So when he goes into the red, basically. Where's this really important for cross-country racing? That's going to be basically your race speed that you can hold. For enduro, for downhill, it's that ability to be able to ride, practice, suck up all the time in practice before, and then be able to use your skills in the actual run. All pro guys would be doing this time of year, kind of a pre-season assessment to find out where they're at. 3, 2, 1, cool. All right, stop. Okay, that's cool. So Rich is now completely done, not just done, but completely done. He's had a little warm down now, and now it's time to look at the scores on the doors and see how Rich did and compare it to your top XC guys.
Yeah, I think that's a good
So
day.
we can see here Rich's power, and this is the ramp, and he's going harder and harder, getting up into really high intensities. He did a whole minute of 466 watts, which for guys who know power meters and indoor trainers, it's good effort, mate.
Yeah,
good one.
thank you.
Good
Yeah,
one.
it felt tough.
Felt tough. You can see it looked a bit tough.
Yeah.
And he hit 185 beats a minute.
Yep.
You know, so really, it was a true maximal effort.
Oh yeah, I gave it the beans.
So your power to weight at your threshold, so that's your race pace,
Okay.
was sitting there about 4.4 watts per kilo.
Nice.
All right.
4.4.
But put that into context. An Olympic cross-country racer, someone at the front end of a World Cup.
Hey, what was yours?
6.2 watts
come
per kilo.
on.
All right. And these guys, well, they're better than I was. So they're going to be up there at 6.3, 6.4. So that's like Tour de France style power to weight. What we did see today from the test is you've got a really efficient fat burning system.
Nice.
All right, which is all good. So your endurance and your ability to ride at a steady pace,
Yeah.
link up the stages and then absolutely nail it and smash it was really strong.
So actually, this is quite typical of maybe an enduro rider. So like you said, my fat burning, my ability to sustain a good, steady pace is there, but then the higher power for that minute, so those sprints on a stage.
Those sprints, exactly. So
Winning.
all those years of EWS has actually made you the athlete you are.
Huh.
High 1 minute, high 5 minute, good fat efficiency. But if we want to go XC, we want to get that cardiovascular fitness or your FTP.
Now it's time to do a bit of strength and conditioning, and I'm joined by Andy Wadsworth here, trainer to Laurie Greenland and Danny Hart in the past, who's going to put me through my paces on some of this torturous looking equipment. Hey Andy, how you doing, mate?
Hi, how's it going?
I'm very well, thanks. Now, why is S&C so important to top level athletes?
Well, it's a big thing in the cycle world. If we sort of explain some of the principles of what's happening in the actual racing, think of whether it's going to be a cross country, enduro, downhill.
Yeah.
Basic principles are that as you push down on the pedals on a bike, that pedal's going to push back at you. So if you're not strong and you haven't got a stable platform to push from, then you're going to lose an awful lot of energy. When we talk about road riders, we've got road riders who are just pedaling all day long. Okay, the stability is really important, but when you actually get onto a cross country or especially a downhill bike, the time you've got on the pedals can be very limited. So you have to make the absolute best out of it.
Right.
So if you come out of a corner, if you can put down 500 watts, that's great.
That'd be lovely.
If you could put down 1,000 watts,
cool.
that would
be
be
dreaming.
even better. When it comes to your EWS or your downhill and even the XC that's getting more technical, your legs are the big things you're going to have to look after.
Okay.
Right? So if you get yourself into danger on a bike and you want to rescue yourself, if you can actually get lower with the legs, so if you look at someone like Laurie Greenland, he's not the biggest guy in the world, especially not a Danny Hart. But if they pump themselves up with the upper body, then that's just creating a collision force.
Oh, okay, so they've got more weight to hold up, essentially.
Yeah, if you're hitting a rock, you're just going to hit that rock harder if you're heavy up top.
Yep.
So we need enough strength to be able to steer and control the bike, but we need the legs to be really strong.
Right, okay.
Almost like a downhill skier type scenario. So we're going to work a little bit on the legs. But the other principle is working on a bit of a sort of jam jar effect. You know, we want the legs to work independently from here and then the arms to work separately. Right. And if every time we're turning the bike, the hips are moving, we can't pedal properly. So it's getting that isolation that we're working on a bit today.
I think it's probably about time we cracked on. So these are going to be some exercises that Laurie would do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and do them as well. And if we see my lunch, we know it's worked.
Excellent.
Right, let's crack on. When all these guys do their training sessions, do they do FTP tests right before it, then lunch?
Probably only 6 days a week, yeah.
Only 6, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh.
58 cells. Yeah, it's going to I thought this.
I'm on my computer.
I thought it's a mountain bike channel. Is this the road channel?
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one. That's it, nice and low. Okay, and then come up into your narrow legs and throw them down. Okay, hands just outside your legs. Hit it hard, like you mean it. Keep it going. Hit it hard. Okay, 9, last one, 10, rest. Right. So wide, come in, and come in again, good. All right, we can see it starting to fail, last one. Right, straight onto the ropes. And rest, good. Good, moving.
Well, Andy, I'd love to say it's been a pleasure, but it's not really.
Well, it's pleasure's mine to help
Thank you very much for sort of showing how you would train sort of Laurie and those other top guys. I'm going to take a little nap now, I think. And
lucky we've got the map.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Right, oh, you murdered me on that turbo trainer.
Yeah.
And he murdered me doing some gym work. My legs were dead for about 3 days after that. But here we are now. We've come to the great outdoors because obviously you've got to train outside.
Yes.
And I believe you've prepped something especially nasty again, haven't you?
So yeah, so this is a kind of real, it's primarily a cross-country session.
All right.
But it's a session that works well for all disciplines, okay? So it's going to mix up all the parts, and it's a session that I used to do regularly, especially kind of pre-season when I was short of racing.
So about now then, almost?
About now.
Yeah.
And I set it to a lot of of my athletes now.
Right.
It's got 3 main bits. So first of all, we'd have a nice warm-up, bit of a chit-chat, get loose on the bike, just some nice trail riding.
I like that.
Then we're going to go head-to-head. We're going to do some starts. Ooh. Okay, we're going to do a few of those. When you haven't raced for a long time, it's that bit of pressure, clipping in first time, getting going.
Oh, okay.
Then we're going to find a small hill and we're going to do some 10 seconds of peak power, sprints, multiple ones. Then the hard bit. That was always the easy bit.
Oh, God.
The hard bit, we're then going to do some hill climbs straight into some technical descents.
Right.
So the benefit of that thing is actually we're going to be coming into stuff that's a bit technical, but your eyes are going all over the place, you've lost control of your breathing.
We already are, mate.
We are. So yeah, it's going to be, it's big power session.
Well, let's not fanny around no more. Let's get to the hill climbs and kick things off.
Big power. Hey.
Whoa, okay, I got the ticker going. That's our starts done then.
Right.
Good bit of practice. What have we got next?
Proper warm up, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, crikey.
Right, so we've gone head to head in our sprints. We've got that under pressure clipping in.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go and find a steep kicker.
Lovely.
We're going to do 10 reps of that.
To the kicker. Go. Let's go.
Nice one, guys. Time for the toughest intervals that your pro's going to do. All right, 3-minute climbs straight into a tech descent. Right, so you're going to have to pace your effort, go off steady, finish strong. These are going to sting, mate, big time. All right, let's go. Hey.
That's it. Oh, we're done. 5 laps in the bag. The final
done.
session.
Good
Nice
work.
one, mate. Nailed it.
Nice work.
I think we can safely say that to be pro and at the very top of the game that these guys, they put in, and girls, put in a heck of a lot of time.
No, you definitely, a couple of days, you've had a good thrashing, so.
Yeah, you put me through my paces. Done. Thank you very much for opening my eyes a bit there, mate. It's been a pleasure.
No worries.
And I hope you lot at home have enjoyed watching this and sort of seeing what goes on behind the scenes and what kind of hard work that people put in to really get to, like I said, their top of their game. But thank you very much for watching. I think I need to get my breath back. We need some tea and cake, don't we?
Without a doubt.
And I think we should go and have that right now. Don't forget, give us the old thumbs up, hit subscribe if you do like it, and we'll catch you next time.